I genuinely think that there's one business model which is the best right now, like possible, and it's private communities. It's setting up your own private community, getting people in there who pay you monthly, and you're just like the tribe leader who just connects the people in. You host some lessons, you hop on some calls, you write some posts, and people write posts, and people end up like talking to each other just because you've connected them. You've probably seen like the products that I released in this time. I made something called Adonis Academy. We renamed that to Adonis Tribe, and then eventually I closed that down to start. Like, it was almost like a beta test, and I closed that down to start like the big thing that we've got right now, which is called Adonis School. It's like a private community. It's online, and there's like lessons, there's teachers. You learn how to improve your sleep, you learn how to become productive, you learn how to make like how to make money online, essentially, but not really like in the scammy way, but more like I teach you the wholesome way to make money, which is, okay, grow a purposeful YouTube channel, social media, Twitter and stuff. First, we're going to improve your productivity by improving your sleep. So we've got a sleep coach, and I'm not trying to sell it to you. I'm just trying to explain, because a lot of people don't actually know what it really is. And but if you're interested, you can buy it. Link in the description. And the idea is like, you learn how to make a community which you get paid for. You bring people who have got similar interests together. So I ended up making that Adonis School. It's like my official program. It's the only thing that I actually sell. And it's just hit 500 students. So in 2 months of being back home and being on monk mode, I went from profiting barely anything in the business, maybe about 5k or 10k a month, which still is a lot, but for someone of my influence, that was so low, because my expenses were kind of high, but also my income was like only 30k a month, but my expenses were the same. I remember I fired pretty much everyone. I moved back home as a guy with almost 2 million subscribers. I still had about the 20k a month income left over, like 20,000 a month we were just making, probably a bit more, probably about 25, 30k. And suddenly I had no expenses. I literally moved back home to my parents. I had no expenses. I had no staff. I had no personal expenses. I didn't even have a gym membership. I was making 30k a month. And then I released this private community. I made $75,000 in less than 24 hours. That was about 2 months ago. Since then, and you can do the math yourself if you want, but since then, Adonis School literally just hit 500 members yesterday. Each person paid $500 up front to join. That's $250,000. That's $250,000 that I've made in less than 2 months, about 5 weeks. And now everyone in there is also paying the monthly subscription, so that's a consistent 50k a month. And then if more people join, then that's going to be even more, like, because the pricing model is like you pay 500 to join, and then it's 99 a month after that. It's a very good pricing model. So I've made a lot of money, and I've made a lot of progress in my business in the last 2 months, and I finally feel kind of free to say that, because what I'm just thinking is, if you're genuinely like a nice fan of mine and you're the kind of person that I want to help, if you're like younger me, younger Hamza, you would find that inspiring. You would be like thinking, wait, that's fucking insane. Hamza made 75k in one day. He's made 250k in the last few months. Teach us how. I can't wait till this motherfucker makes a full guide on this. That's who I want to help. That's the kind of man that I respect. I was so scared. Think about this. I didn't give you this information, this knowledge. I didn't even work on it myself for so long because I was scared of what like a 14-year-old might comment online. That is the major realization that I had. That's why I moved back home to my parents' house. And it's awesome. I love being here because finally my entire day is set up so I can literally just wake up and work on my business, which is the thing that I've gotten the most joy from all of this time. But it was always just a block, a fear for me to kind of admit that, a fear for me to say to you, it'd be awesome to make more money. Not because I really need more, but just because it's like a game at this point where entrepreneurship is the game and money is just the score. And some people just find that so negative. And so I thought that it was a bad thing. I thought that I was a bad person every time I was making money. People will literally pressure you into being this kind of left-wing person who doesn't even care about money and, you know, who's this self-sacrificing type of person. People will pressure you into being that. And finally, I realized that this is the man that I actually am. I love business. I love working on my business. I love entrepreneurship. It gave me the life. It saved myself, my family. It gave me this impact on the world, which has been huge as an entrepreneur. Because if I never made any money from YouTube, if that wasn't even a concept, I would have probably never made these videos. I made them to begin with because I just wanted to make 1K a month as like some low-level entrepreneur, because I didn't want to work normal jobs. So if you think about the impact that we've had on the world because of the concept of entrepreneurship, that's the belief that I had, that I wanted to just put into you. It is not a bad thing for you to make money. It could be an awesome thing, because the ability for you to make money as an entrepreneur means that you simply just work harder, because you get a personal benefit when you actually just give value to others. Entrepreneurship is a beautiful thing, and I thought that I was a bad person for it because some fucking 14-year-old commented and called me like a scammer once. That's my story.